Breaking news! Did you know that presidential campaigns and congressional campaigns are different? Even though both constitute a race between candidates for elective office, there are quite some differences between the two. Today, we will be following the campaigns of presidential candidate Barack Obama and congressional candidate Nancy Pelosi. Let's take a look at one of the disparities, which is how they appeal to voters. During campaigns, the president travels state to state and gives speeches to thousands of civilians. The presidents focus more on valence issues, which voters usually share a common preference.
Thank you! Thank you, Arizona, for your hospitality. As you see, we have the biggest, clearest choice we have to make in our generation.
Now, we have a choice to make tonight, and it's a big one. Alright, we have to make sure that the playground here in Miami is the playground of the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Hanover, New Hampshire, for your generosity. Now, I will be fighting as the President of the United States for that your hard work will be paid off and your responsibilities will be rewarded. Thank you and have a good night. You see, Seattle, Washington, we have a choice to make. And my promise is that everyone will get their fair share and everyone will get their fair treatment from Centerville to Eldonsville to Farmville to Washington, D.C. And that is why I'm running for the President of the United States of America. Thank you!
On the contrary, congressmen meet their constituents on a personal level by meeting with them individually. Because of lower voter turnout during off years, congressmen focus more on positional issues, divisive issues for which there are different preferences, to appeal to more partisan voters. They are also directly elected by their people, unlike presidents who are elected by the Electoral College.
Hi, I'm Nancy Pelosi and I'm running for congressman in your district.
Hi, my name's Jamarcus and I'm an artist. What can you do for me?
Well, Jamarcus, think of an economy where people could be writers, photographers, and artists without worrying about keeping their day job to have health insurance. That's the America I'm looking towards.
Actually, that's pretty stupid. Bye.
It doesn't matter. I'm an incumbent. I'll get elected anyways.
House representative races can be affected by district boundaries, which can be characterized by two problems: malapportionment and gerrymandering. Sometimes different districts have very different populations, which gives some votes in less populated districts more influence. That's malapportionment. Some districts tend to also have more of a certain ethnic or political group, which is gerrymandering. Another difference between presidential and congressional campaigns lies in funding and media attention. Presidential candidates spend more money and have more advanced media campaigns and media coverage than congressional candidates. Presidents rely on mass media for communication because they have more national power compared to congressmen who have local power. During general presidential elections, all campaign money comes from the government unless the candidate decides not to accept federal money.
Speaking of money, my campaign uses a lot of money. But as you know, Chitty King could buy anything, including my presidency. Cop that.
Congressional campaigns are primarily funded by private donations such as individuals and political action committees. Incumbent candidates typically receive 1/3 of their campaign funds from PACs and rarely have to spend their own money on campaigns. Congressmen can take credit in their districts for grants, projects, and programs, reminding their voters of these achievements through home visits.
Vote Nancy Pelosi for Congo. I'm gonna donate.
More breaking news! Voter turnout for presidential elections is higher than turnout for congressional elections. Typically, voter turnout is around 60% for presidential elections and 40% for congressional elections. After months of campaigning, it all comes down to this. Presidential campaigns are more competitive than congressional campaigns, which is why the winner of the presidential election rarely gets over 55% of votes. On the other hand, most incumbents in the House of Representatives are re-elected. In our case, both Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi won their elections. Hooray!
We won! Oh, kill him! Oh, kill him! Oh!